Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Nick here from Pro Wrestling Unlimited, bringing you the Fightful Wrestling Weekly, brought to you by Fightful.com. Joined by Tim. Tim, how are you doing?
Not bad. Just here, you know, getting ready for WrestleMania weekend. Got a lot of cool things on the docket ready to do this weekend. Gonna be very busy. Gonna be very fun. Can't wait for that.
Busy and also very rainy here where I am, and it's unfortunate.
I think it's supposed to rain here. I saw like a 20% chance tomorrow or something.
It's not bad, but there's a 100% chance that you're going to get some awesome content here in this week's Fightful Wrestling Weekly.
Yes, sir.
So let's kick it off here with the Raw script stuff that Sean wrote about over on Fightful.com.
All right, so Sean writes in this week's Fightful Wrestling Weekly, I've been getting a hold of a Raw format weekly and sharing some of the findings accordingly. The rundowns are rather vague and are mainly used for the production side of things to help cue commercials and let the team know the order of segments and when videos air. They also list the procedures and the producers and referees for each individual match, but don't necessarily disclose any details of major angles. For instance, there was nothing in this week's Raw script that mentioned whether or not Undertaker would answer John Cena's challenge, and it didn't detail the brawl that would end the evening's show. Some of the previous scripts, usually SmackDown Live, that I've been able to get didn't list the agent or working referee for the match. Some of the things that it did include were kind of funny. For Braun Strowman's angle, where he revealed Brains Strowman, the script specifically called that Strowman did not wear Dudley Boy-style glasses. For whatever reason, that happened.
I wonder if he went back there and just thought, these work with me.
I mean, he probably walked back there and was like, Devon, I need your glasses.
Devon's like, no, Braun, I need these three. I need them, nerd. And he takes it. That was more of a Vince. And he takes them, he puts them on. He's like, I look great.
He says, I was also sent a script that I may upload to Fightful Select from January for the episode of Raw that aired the night after the Royal Rumble. It revealed that Michael Hayes produced the Kane vs. Braun Strowman Last Man Standing match that wrote Kane off of television for a while. Jamie Noble, Dean Malenko, Arn Anderson, Devon Dudley also worked producing matches on that show. It's worth noting that for some reason, there was no producer listed for the Asuka-Sasha Banks match. The spot was left blank with only the referee listed. He finishes off here saying, when I posted that Tyson Kidd produced the Seth Rollins-Finn Balor match from WWE Raw, it gained a lot of attention on social media. This isn't a new spot for him. He's been in it for months and produced the Elias versus Matt Hardy Elimination Chamber qualifying match that aired in January. I know Tyson Kidd was offered the producer spot a couple months back. It was just their way of being like, hey, you know, we still got you under contract. You don't want to be sitting home. Here's something for you to do.
I can appreciate that WWE is like, look, man, what happened to you was terrible, and we're sorry, but let's turn a negative into a positive here. Let's give you, and he seems relatively happy, at least on social media. He looks like he's having the time of his life still, hanging out with Kalisto and all them.
If you watch Natty's Insta story, he's not too keen of her trying to always have him on it.
It's very true.
She's always like, TJ, smile for the camera, take a selfie with me, and he's just trying to drive like, I'm trying to drive here.
Like, I'm trying to drive here, woman.
Right.
No, one thing I didn't know is I'm very glad that Dean Malenko is still help producing matches.
Oh, yeah.
That makes me really happy. One
question, back to the Tyson Kidd thing really fast. Do you think the Tyson Kidd thing is a Daniel Bryan situation where it's like, you know, we got to find something for you to do to work off the rest of your contract?
I don't think it's work off the rest of your contract. I slightly wonder if it's, hey guys, I want to keep working for the WWE. Right. I don't just want to be an injury, go home, and then do these weird indie appearances and sign autographs. If I'm going to do this, I want to do something here.
Well, his whole thing is it's different from Daniel Bryan. Where with Tyson Kidd, I mean, we're getting a little off topic here, but with Tyson Kidd, it was more like doctors told him never to wrestle again. With Daniel Bryan, he had plenty of doctors that said you can wrestle again. I mean, Tyson Kidd was told that he shouldn't have survived. His neck injury was that bad.
Oh, it's quite scary. But you mentioned guys, you mentioned never wrestle again, and here's a guy who didn't really, after WCW, after being a tag team champion at WCW, didn't really wrestle anymore, did he?
I mean, I saw him make appearances here and there sporadically.
Mm-hmm. Stevie Ray,
Booker T's brother.
Oh, that was the Harlem Heat.
Yep.
Hulk Hogan, we want the gold, sucker.
Uh-oh.
That's my favorite promo. Sean Ross Sapp did an amazing shoot interview with Stevie Ray that we're going to send you to right now.
We've seen media change a lot just in the last few years. How has it changed since you went to school for it?
Well, in all actuality, I want to be a DJ. Back in the day, you know what I'm saying, and do the weather and do the news and you know, hey there, guys, you know, this kind of stuff. You know, that was, you had my DJ voice, the whole thing, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, when you're around that a lot, you know, you pick up on things you're not even knowing that you're picking up on. So even when I'm watching the, you know, sports media today, regular news today, this, that, and the other, you know, through the years, you're picking up on stuff that you used to be into, and you don't even know it, you know? And your mind is gravitating to this stuff, and it's feeding off of it. And you know, you see the transitions of how things are changing. But at the end of the day, hey, it's still media, you know. It is what it is. Social media has really put things in a perspective as to you got to be really aware of so much of that, you know, that area where social media has really changed a lot of things and made people kind of closer to each other and to put out just a lot of crap, bull crap, stuff like this. So the media is one thing when you're looking at it on television, and, you know, me, I don't really believe in any kind of media that I see on television. Everything to me today is all theater.
Trying to gain a reaction, media, essentially.
Yeah, you know, or, you know, just to curb your thought patterns in some way, shape, or form. And that's why I always put it in the context, and I tell people this religiously. Everything you see today is professional wrestling 101.
Yeah.
From politics on down. It's professional wrestling 101. And another thing I've always advocated, that everything you see in pop culture or in any kind of entertainment today has taken a little bit in what we call in back in where I grew up, somebody biting off what you do. Take a bite off it. You know what I'm saying? And implement it into what they do. Everything has taken from professional wrestling. Everything.
Do you ever see stuff like that and you like almost predict what's going to happen there? Like, yeah, I've seen that angle play out before.
You know, if you've been around the business long enough, so it's almost like professional wrestling was always the reality show without being a reality show type soap opera thing. Now everything in life and pop culture is that in one way, shape, or form. And it's just amazing to me. I just look at things like that. That's just me, though.
And if you guys want to hear more of that Stevie Ray interview, head over to Fightful.com. And while you're at it, check out Fightful Select, Fightful's new premium service. Tim, why don't you tell them a little bit more about it?
All right, so the Fightful Select, Sean writes here, on Monday, we launched our Fightful Select service. We have a weekly Fightful Weekender show talking non-Raw and SmackDown, 2 Q&A shows, a members-only podcast that's monthly, a monthly retro podcast to kick things off, and in addition to several other pieces. He goes on to say that he's considering doing short video discussions about other topics, and that he's open for other suggestions and new ideas. If you do want to check out the Fightful Select, head over to Fightful.com or the Fightful Patreon page.
There you guys go. And to close it out here, we're going to send you over to a clip from The List and Ya Boy with Sean Ross Sapp and Jimmy Van.
What's up, you guys? It's Sean Ross Sapp, managing editor of Fightful.com, FightfulWrestling.com, now FightfulSelect.com, FightfulMMA.com. Also, part owner of Arolucha. And Jimmy Van made it happen. Who needs a robot kitty litter box? This is going to pay for 40 of them.
Oh, it sure will. It sure will. I don't know how many shares we have acquired, but yeah, we are a minority stakeholder in Arolucha. And quite honestly, we said on the video we were going to do $102, which is like the minimum. I opted for the 240 tier.
So half of a robot litter box.
Half of a robot litter box. And the reason I opted for that tier is because I want they promise you a mask and a T-shirt if you did the 240 tier, and I want the damn mask and T-shirt because I figured at least that way I got some return on my investment. So that's why I went to 240. So hopefully they do actually send that, and if they do, I'm wearing it. I might wear it every week, Sean, to maximize my investment. You know,
investor.
It seems like a foolproof plan. This reminds me of a time I was at Kings Island. It was an amusement park, or is an amusement park, And my friends convinced me to do one of those old-timey photos with them, you know,
Yep.
that are way overcharged. They're like $60, $70. And I'm like, guys, waste of money. And I just remember they were sitting in line, and one of the guys goes, "This is a good idea." And I was like, nah, I really don't think it is. But it was well worth it for the memory. And we're getting some memories out of this. Fun fact, I text messaged a member of the Arolucha roster.
Oh, yeah?
And said, we have sarcastically invested in Arolucha.
And what did the Hurricane say in response?
And and I said, so technically, I'm your boss. And they said, well, sarcastically run some damn shows then.
Oh, nice, nice. Well, you saw their timeline, right? So
no, I didn't.
They want to do it.
Go into investments blind.
Yeah, yeah. Ironically enough, even though this is a bullshit thing we're doing for fun, I read all the documentation because it's just what I do. And they have a timeline, and they want to do a TV taping with the funding that they get out of this, even though the biggest investor is themselves.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way they're going to be able to get the money out. So, but yeah, they want to do a TV. If I remember right, I think it was like June. They want to do a TV taping. So, and I'm going to tell you, Sean, I'm going to hit up. I'm waiting on like whatever they're going to send me, like a certificate or something. And I'm going to hit up the CEO, Jason Brown, and say, I want to be in the booking meeting. So give me the call-in number.
Yeah.
Like, let's go. Get Conan on the line, and Rey Mysterio better be there because he's all over your video. So he better be in the booking meeting, and let's get this going.
Based on the argument that he had with David Bixenspan, maybe he doesn't like Fightful too much.
Yeah, there's a good chance, but they had her logo on their investor website.
Really?
Yes. It's under, we've been mentioned by the following, and Fightful was one of them.
A hot dog.
Yeah.
So, worth every dime so far.
Yeah, I think so. We've gotten a solid $32 back so far in mentions. So
$32, I doubt it.
We'll see how it goes.